I'm Gracie Taylor. I'm 36 years old. My birthday is not until this month, which is January 30th. Um, so my confession will be about my breakup and and other things that can be hard too, and has to do with Isaac, and which you might not know, I have a scar, like right here. I don't know if you can see. I have a black eye. Because I think it's from Isaac and apparently from Carson also. Anyway, so I'll be telling you guys on my past stuff. And warning, if I tend to, get emotional, beware of that. Because it's gonna be times where I have a lot of anxiety attacks and everything, and that's what the video is about mostly. I will probably explain my condition. To tell you the truth, I didn't know that when I was young. I didn't have anxiety attacks yet, but when I was a kid, I was. But then I realized when my doctor didn't realize I had pantophobia, which is a weird condition that I have, and it's weird once you think about it. It basically means that you're scared of everything. Sometimes I have that. Sometimes with children at the age of 4 or 5, it happens to kids also, and happens to me a lot, to some other adults, but happens a lot to other kids too, especially when it comes to Amanda's little sister, who's also scared of everything. But my condition is a lot worse than that, because whenever I see something or someone getting hurt, I just panic. Like, I freak out it's gonna be times where I freak out to most things. I mean, I know that's not basically what my condition really is until I know I was diagnosed with it. So, since we're back in Phoenix again, we just got back from. We were in North Carolina, and I had a fight with Isaac on the video. You had to see it, and he punched me right in the face, and that's how I got the black eye, which you can see, by the way. I will be explaining about what happened with me and Carson, but I'll get to that later. It's just it's been great for me, and it's just kind of tough. When I was young, I didn't know, and when I was in high school, all the guys that I liked, and for a minute they didn't really talk to me at all. Like, they just stare at me, and they just they didn't want to do anything with me, because all they do is stare and then leave. Like, who does that? I mean, with Isaac, is like, I know Isaac is more caring and everything, but he left, and I don't know why. It's because I've been telling him about my new boyfriend, which was Jeff, the stormtrooper, who is somewhere with Darth. Obviously, I don't know if Darth is there or not, but I just feel like, I'm more important to anyone, and my career hasn't changed since then. My music manager, who is my brother, somehow he's British. So I'm just trying to explain, but it's kind of hard because I get emotional and I have a lot of anxiety attacks a lot. I think, from my understanding, why I have a lot of anxiety attacks when it comes to freaking out over everything. And I didn't know how much I felt like I wasn't prepared for any of this to happen. I wasn't, being out there is hard. And my mom was all the way in Flagstaff, and I hope she's coming. I just, there's a lot of going on, and apparently I have a lot of to do with my life, but it's been a while since I haven't been out as much, and the reason why I got a black eye is because of Isaac and Carson. Some guys just don't treat me right, because ever since high school, all the guys just get, the way I see them, it's like they don't see me as, this person. They don't see me as if I'm not good enough for them. Like, I'm always gonna be good enough for Jeff. Like, I'm always gonna be there for him. I don't want that to happen or to anyone. I don't want to give up my passion either. I don't want him to give up on his passion. But I know his stuff is so important to him. He protects people from danger, and I really want to understand how he feels. And I really want him to understand how I, feel and tell him the truth. But I don't know why I'm always scared of everything. Like, for a minute, right there, I freak out. Whenever I see him getting hurt, it makes me worry. I don't know why I worry so much, and then it turns out it leads right to my anxiety. That we do not talk about that, obviously, but I have no clue what I'm going through with my life, and my mom, who is a doctor, and she hasn't shown up yet. But I really love Jeff. Like, I really, really do. And from when I'm trying to understand why I felt like there's someone out there, and I want to be there. If Jeff quits, then I'm quitting too. I mean, I know I can, but it's my passion. I'm getting a whole week off because I have a lot of anxiety attacks, and I can't give up on my music because that's my job and that's my passion. And Jeff can't do it either, because if he's quitting, who's gonna be there for Rachel and that kind of stuff? But I just want to do what's best for him. I don't want him to think that after what I've done, or how things can go the right way, or we're not connecting it. Me and Isaac weren't like that, which is why that me and Isaac are no longer together. But now you had to see that video, and it kind of leads to my anxiety, and I wasn't really prepared for that. I just don't understand why guys just don't treat me right, because all the guys have been dating back in high school, they just stare and then leave. They always been. I get so overwhelmed. Like, I I can't even think straight. All the guys that I liked, they just don't like me. They don't love me like they used to. But now I have Jeff on my side, and I haven't told Jeff about my past back in high school and how I used to date Carson and how I used to come out here and date Isaac, but now me and Isaac are not dating anymore. I mean, after 3 months, it's been crazy. I'm just going through a lot right now, and it feels like I'm not prepared for this to happen. I wasn't gonna be ready. And whatever has happened in the past, I just didn't think this through enough. I know I ruined everything in the relationship with me and Isaac. I didn't mean to cheat on him. I just didn't know how he'll react and how he felt. I just don't understand how things can get different that way. I mean, I love being around with Jeff, and I love being around with Isaac. And I know Carson's wanting me to have a life and enjoy it, but I can't. Without Isaac, it's hurting my passion to be with him again, and I can't without Isaac. So that's why I'm telling you guys this, because I didn't want you guys to think I've done something, or if something happens, you would know. But I just feel like being out there is just the hardest thing to do. And since me and Isaac are not together and things are just kind of complicated right now, there's a lot to talk about in my life and how I've grown and how I used to. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. I didn't have any siblings, but now I do. My birth mom died, and my father died. So I have my mom and my dad. My mom is somewhere in Flagstaff. My dad is all the way from Jersey, which I'm living with my dad right now in Jersey. And my brother's with him still. I just don't know how things can get differently that way. And I feel like being out there is just the hardest thing. I mean, I didn't want to, being out there, and it's been tough. I didn't want the guys to think that I've been out there, and I know I'm cheating on Isaac. That's not me. I just think that after what I've been going through, and I just think that after what has happened, I didn't know, but I realized that I fell in love with a stormtrooper, and it was like the greatest thing for me. That just happened, and I did want that to happen. I just didn't realize how much I go through, and since I have a lot of things in my life, and yes, things aren't easy. I just think that, since I'm now in a relationship with Jeff and explaining how I felt and think I should tell him how I feel. Sorry, I don't know why my legs are not that flexible because I don't have joints and bones. But as you know, I'm more capable of anything, and I just think that after what I had been going through, I just think that, being in a relationship with someone is hard. In that sort of way. But I think it has to do with why I'm not in this relationship with Jeff. Like, I'm always going to be with him still. But which explains why I felt bad enough to, be with Isaac again, but I can't. He was always going to be the one for me, and I didn't know how he would feel if I did something, if I ended up cheating on Isaac. And which is why I have a lot of things going on in my life, and now I can't give up on my dream, and Jeff can't give up on his dream either, because he wanted to be a stormtrooper for the rest of his life. And if he quits, then I gotta do something about that. And if he does, then I'll quit mine for him. But it's gonna be really hard. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever experienced being in a relationship with someone, or if someone is already thinking about breaking up with you. I've been there, and it's been really hard. So, I'm not sure when Mom's ever gonna be back, or anything. So I hope you guys understand how I'm going through, and I want you to know how I feel, and just, if you are hearing this and hope to this, that I'm always gonna be there for him and do what's right and follow our passion. We can't quit, and that's our dream. Our dream with me and Jeff is always going to be together. But I'm worried about Isaac, and it's really hard not to lose him like this. So, yeah. I'll probably talk to you guys later. And I love you guys so much, and I know you're trying to do what's right for our hearts and everything. And sometimes we gotta think believe this, in our relationship with Isaac and with Jeff and also with Carson. And you can tell why I have a black eye. So, see you guys.